Hey, how's it going, friends? I'm Darkoburi, the collector, and for this week's video we're going to have this amazing Ikebansho piece from My Hero Academia. For this week's video, we're going to have this Deku, and if you look closely, his name here is Izuku Midoriya from the series My Hero Academia. The series, obviously, is My Hero Academia, which honestly is just awesome. Right now, all the episodes are streaming live once a week on the Crunchyroll platform. Check it out, there's a showdown between Class A and Class B, so it's super cool. Our hero hasn't had his turn to fight yet, and I'm not going to give you a bunch of spoilers. Maybe I won't give you any at all, because it's just not fair to spoil this latest season that's still airing. Once it's over and 2 weeks have passed, then all the spoilers will come. But that didn't stop us from doing the unboxing last week of All Might in that super awesome piece, which is the United States of Smash. Sorry for the language, but there's really no other way to put it. Let's take a closer look at the box. If you notice, this figure is a bit bigger than the usual ones. We've had some other figures before, like the ones from Figma, SH Figuarts, and also Banpresto, and most of them are about this size. We're going to have a slightly bigger figure. The company, if you look here, let's do a close-up because sometimes it's hard to read, is Ikebansho. They have quite a lot of figures, but let's take a look here. If you notice, it says it's from the Masterlize line. It's a special edition, and honestly, this company hadn't really had the pleasure of bringing it in for a while. We did an unboxing of some Dragon Ball figures, a Broly, but now we're going to do this Deku. Before we get to what we're most interested in, which is the unboxing of the figure, I'm going to give you a super quick review of the box. If you look here, you can see a spoiler of the figure we're going to get. We have a green stripe because green, if you can guess, is Deku's color. And over here, we're going to have the same figure with an outline at the end, and we have the one for all. Let's remember that he is the successor of All Might, the one who had the power after All Might gave him a piece of his DNA. Don't get it twisted, he gave him a hair. Izuku Midoriya ate it and got the powers of One for All. Here he is, with a spectacular smile from our hero. Let's remember that he was born without any quirk, without any power. But that's also what All Might told him. Since you're not used to the incredible strength and power of One for All, you have to train your body. If not, the same thing that happened to you multiple times in the anime will happen again. He would use the power, throw a punch, and all his bones would break, until the nurse, recovery girl, told him, "Hey, you know what? If you break them again, there's no cure. I won't be able to do anything, even if I'm the best nurse in the world." And now, let's take a look at what's important, the costume that Deku is wearing. So let's take out the piece, let's do the unboxing, and I'm going to introduce you here on my channel this Deku, Izuku Midoriya, from My Hero Academia. And the most anticipated moment of the unboxing is the Taran! This is the figure that comes in the Ikebansho Masterlize Edition box. That one didn't come, I brought it to you, why? To compare. This is our Banpresto that I told you about. It's a slightly smaller figure. The Ikebansho is also recurrently a size more or less like this, but the Masterlize edition is totally great. Despite being a little larger in size, the effect of shadows and colors, honestly, we can see it. It's super cool. First, let's look at Izuku Midoriya's hair. Check out the outline. It's way too shiny on the top part, but if we turn it over, you can see the whole shadow effect underneath. It has this play of two green colors, the darker one underneath and the brighter one on top. Honestly, this is one of the effects I love most in this kind of figure, the play of reflection, and it's really well done here in this piece. I also brought both of them because I told you I was going to talk about this second costume of our hero. This was the initial costume that our hero Deku had. If you look, it's very simple, very green colors, white tones, some elbow pads, some knee pads, and his shoes in red. But since he had quite a few accidents, what happens? Our hero went on breaking finger by finger, arm by arm, hand by hand. His legs, when he tried to destroy the first robot when he was with gravity, when he tried to save her. Well, he did save her, but he broke everything. But what does Kiss Girl tell him? She says, you know what? If you break them again, the bone will reach a point of irreversible damage. You won't be able to use your hands because you've broken them way more times than your feet. And they say, but just because you have your feet doesn't mean you should break them. Let's analyze the costume while I explain what happened to him. It's still a background, if you notice, green, predominantly green, and the silhouette here, for example, of the belt, where he has gadgets he could use in battle, is red. Red that he keeps on the boots. If you notice, here we have our red boots. Everything else on the costume is still this green, matching with this. However, his costume now has black lines along the edges. So, it's really cool. One thing I don't really like about Deku's costume, and I don't know why he has it, is the hood. He puts on the hood, but honestly, I only saw him wear it once when he was with a million. He put the hood on just to take it off right away, and after that, he doesn't fight with the hood on. So I would tell him, just take it off already or change the effect of your mask, since he has this mask here that he's always carrying around. It's just an extra accessory. However, like with capes, I'd say someone could grab him by it and then hit him. Just like what happens with capes. When they try to escape, it's like, come over here. So, both the hood and the front part here, which just looks like it's meant to cover the mouth, are completely useless. I tell him, take it off. But here on the figure, if you look closely, the dark green color is really well represented, and the shadow is much more pronounced around the eyes. The hero, with his completely white pupils and green eyes that match his hair perfectly, has a spectacular smile. Because remember, he's All Might's successor. What does that make us? Honestly, it makes us feel awesome that he's always smiling, because with a smile, he can save the whole world. For the costume, in its latest version, if you notice, he used to have some really simple gloves on his hands, and on this side we have a glove with exaggerated buttons, and here it also has something to cushion the impact on the fingers. All of this is engineering done at UA Academy. Because we not only have the hero course, but also those who design the costumes for the heroes. Personally, I still love Amillion's costume. It's really well thought out. A guy who becomes intangible, not invisible, intangible. And how is he going to disappear with his costume? By making it out of his own hair. Honestly, they put a lot of creativity into it. Same with Deku. If you notice, it's now a longer white glove. It has some blue stripes, and like I said, it has this feature. But why? Because it's engineered. He has shock absorbers in there so that when he punches, his body doesn't take the full impact and he doesn't get hurt. The same thing goes for his feet. If you look, here you can see there's a lot of reinforcement starting from the upper part of the knees. Let's take a look right here at the knees themselves. All of this, if you notice, has what look like rivets because there's just so much engineering involved, and he has some spectacular boots. If you look, they're boots made entirely of steel. Let's look at it from the side. If you notice, they're absolutely, truly impenetrable. I absolutely love this figure. It's spectacular. This Ichiban Show Master line, for me, is a perfect 10. I'll leave it here for you to check out on the channel. Let's take a closer look. And if you like this Izuku Midoriya piece, also known as Deku, let me know in the comments. Honestly, I thought it was an amazing figure, but if you liked it too, I've got a surprise for you. It's not the only one we got from Ichiban Show's Masterlized line. This second piece came out, and honestly, it's also incredible. We're going to go through this really quickly because you already know the brand is Ichiban Show, and here we have, as we say, the spoiler of the figure. We have our name here. Here we have the figure again with the one for all. And what really really surprises me is that on the back it says it's for ages 15 and up, even though the only part that comes off the figure is this, the foot base. No other. There's no other piece that can be removed, broken, or separated easily, but here they tell us it's for ages 15 and up. Respect that fact if you buy these for your kids. Honestly, there's a reason they include instructions and health recommendations. You have to follow them. So without further ado, let's go check out Deku from My Hero Academia, this second Ichiban show figure. And now, to admire our second Deku figure, we have the same effect here in the hair. If you look closely, it's a greener color on the top and darker on the bottom. Here, Deku has a much more serious expression. We saw him looking much happier in his figure, more smiling, like he's ready to fight. He has his white gloves on, with the surface of both palms in blue. You can really see it on this right fist. Here we have the part that cushions the whole leg. If you notice, the whole costume is green, but it has all this protection on his legs so he doesn't break them. There's also protection directly on his feet with these shoes, these soles that are now, really, made of iron. And the same thing, what I loved is that it has the same placement here of these pouches that come on the belt, same red color, same position on both pieces, both figures, so they get a perfect score. What changes is this part of the cap. If you notice, the cap now sticks out, kind of floating a bit, with the same color effects, a little darker near the eye and more green on the lower part, here on the same costume. And what he has here around his mouth is simply for protection. Now it's left uncovered, we can see it completely. Here, it was covered by his hand. You can see it here. Let's do a close-up so you can see the attachment he has near his mouth. And what makes me wonder, and I'm going to ask you, these rays coming out of his hands, what do you think they are? I thought, oh, he's going to use One for All. But remember that every time he starts to power up One for All, his whole skin starts turning purple. And if we look at his face, which is the only part of our hero Deku that's exposed, we don't see the One for All markings. He has the freckles, the green eyes, but he doesn't have the purple part. What do you think these rays are? Could this be One for All at 20%? Or is it just like a special effect of the figure? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Personally, I think it is One for All. It's just that the skin wasn't painted. A good tip for my friends at Ichiban Show, let's make the figure complete, just like it appears in the anime. But if you liked it, let's take a closer look. And that's how we come to the end of Darkoburi's video. Let me know in the comments which of the two figures you liked, or if you preferred the Banpresto one. I've always said that these are really cool figures, but they're quite a bit simpler. Out of these two, honestly, I prefer this Deku figure, the second one we unboxed. The effect it has here on the hands totally changes the figure. Very smiley, very serious, and here we're already ready to fight. And make sure to stay tuned to all our social media as well. Remember, we're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Medium. Check out each and every one of our social media pages, and especially TikTok. There have been some really great videos. Honestly, they're awesome. Hit share, give us a like, send us some love. Write in the comments if you want us to send you a shout out, or a special note for a birthday or any special occasion. We'll send it personalized just for you through our WhatsApp, which also pops up when you click the buy button. And remember to check out the Darkoburi store, where you'll find a great selection of figures. We also have mugs, thermoses, keychains, and stickers. Stop by so you can check out the whole collection. So, check out all our social media, visit us, leave your comments, show us some love, you know the drill. Darkoburi, peace out. Darkoburi.